It was the first day of fourth grade, and the students were happy to have Miss Hyatt back as their teacher. Miss Hyatt was excited to see them after a long summer. She told the students they will be having a student teacher, Miss Ramos, who was excited to teach them about the unlawful deportation of Mexican Americans, a topic she learned in college. In the 1930s, during the Great Depression, a time when the United States was going through a major financial crisis, the government was forced to make budget cuts, which impacted millions of people. The Mexican and Mexican Americans formed a large number of the affected millions. They were deported to Mexico because the government assumed that it would benefit the economy. Citizens of America who appeared Mexican were forced out of their country and their homes, the only place they've ever known. 60% of the number of deported people were Mexican American citizens who had never lived a day in Mexico. Some of them could not even speak Spanish. This rendered many of them homeless in Mexico. The students found the topic about the unlawful deportation very interesting because many of them had a Mexican background and were shocked at the reality being taught to them. They also realized that this knowledge was not found in textbooks or in school curriculum. Ms. Ramos made them research online and listen to personal stories to gain knowledge on the topic. The federal government never apologized for unlawfully deporting Mexican American citizens, said Ms. Ramos. Outraged about what Ms. Ramos told them, they could not believe it. Justin said, "What? They did not apologize for what they did to us?" "This is not fair," growled Edgar. "Let's write a letter to the president asking for an apology," suggested Angela. "Yes, let's write to President Obama," Michael reiterated. "Yes, we need to do something about this. We cannot let this history be untold any longer," Janet agreed. Miss Hyatt was so thrilled to see the excitement of her students that she encouraged them to write the letter to the president. A few weeks later, the students finally received a response from the president. They screamed with joy. They could not believe the president responded to their letter. Sadly, when they opened the letter, it did not express any action. Instead, the president gave a thank you for sharing their story. "I can't believe President Obama only sent us a thank you letter and a picture of his dog," Joaquin fumed. "Where is our apology?" asked Alexandria. The students were upset that President Obama was unable to do anything, not even an apology about the unlawful deportation of Mexican Americans. The students looked at Ms. Hyatt and said, "Well, if President Obama is not going to do anything about it, then we will have to do something." The students began to create presentations and videos to voice their opinion about the unlawful deportation. 10 of the students did a play. 8 students did a PowerPoint presentation. Another 8 students created an animated movie, and another 8 students did a poem. One day, Assemblymember Cristina Garcia went to their class to talk about their role as an elected official and her trip to Central America to learn about the plight of children migrating to America on their own. Upon the assembly members' arrival, the students performed their presentation. They sang, danced, and did skits on the unlawful deportation of Mexican Americans. She was impressed by their performance that she suggested they enter her contest. There ought to be a law. The students looked at each other with excitement. The contest was exactly what they needed to get their period of history in California in the history textbooks. Ms. Hyatt looked at her students and said, "Let's do it. Let's make this a law." The students shouted with joy. The contest had a lot of participants, but ultimately, Assemblymember Cristina Garcia announced the students as the winner. She said, This is amazing. I think everyone should have the knowledge of the unlawful Mexican deportation. Let's make it a law. The students could not believe it. So, when will it become a law? Asked Jackie. Assemblymember Cristina Garcia responded, well, it's going to take a while because there are a few steps to take before making it a law. A bill has to pass through both the Senate and Assembly before the governor can sign it into law. The next day, Assemblymember Cristina Garcia submitted the idea and it became a bill called AB 146, Social Sciences, Deportations to Mexico. The bill was first heard by the Assembly Committee on Education, a group of representatives whose duties are to vote on bills regarding education. Ms. Hyatt and her students went to Sacramento, California, traveling 390 miles on a bus to testify in front of the Education Committee. The students wanted to share their concerns and reasons why the topic was important. The members of the committee listened to the students' testimonies and were impressed by the passion shown by the students as they spoke about the injustice of the unlawful deportation. Impressed by their testimonies, all the members voted in favor of AB 146. The students were thrilled. They shouted with pride. The bill passed the Appropriations Committee, then moved to the Assembly floor for all the Assembly members to vote on. It passed with 62-9 votes. AB 146 moved to the Senate. In the Senate, the bill passed the Education Committee, Appropriations Committee, and moved to the Senate floor. The bill passed with a 62-10 vote. AB 146 was signed into law by Governor Jerry Brown, and it officially became a law in the state of California. The students who worked hard to tell the untold story about the unlawful deportation were able to bring back history for all students in today's society to learn about it. As of 2016, it is a law in California to encourage teachers to develop activities and provide content, background, and resources to assist in teaching students about deportation. However, the federal government still has not given an apology. Nicole Sandoval, a former student from Bell Gardens Elementary. Even the smallest people have a voice, and they change many things. Never be afraid to stand up for what you believe is right, because you never know what's going to happen when you put effort into it. The end.